Hi, I'm Erika Larsson, and I'm back to continue our teaching about spiritual gifts. And today we're going to talk about guiding gifts. Guiding gifts guide people to have a relationship with Christ. And so we have evangelism that we'll talk about first. And they deliver a persuasive message that call people to action. They help people grow closer to God by sharing their faith. They can be bold or passionate, challenging, straightforward, but very influential. And typically in my studies of all this and all the seminars I've done, I find that promoters and thinkers are the ones that have the evangelism. They're not afraid to get out there and just tell it like it is and enroll people into what they believe in. Now, as I've often mentioned, God can give any gift he wants to anybody, but that is my experience. And then we have the next guiding gift is prophecy. This gift is for the very spiritually mature, and I've seen it misused, and that's not good. Usually prophets go through a lot to kind of shape them, to have a lot of life experience and so forth, and they usually have the gift of wisdom that goes with it. But they have divine insight to discern true motives, expose sin, and restore relationships. They see things of the past, present, or future. They receive revelations in dreams, visions, or words. Their message will comfort, encourage, guide, warn, rebuke, and spark repentance and action. So that's barely brushing on the gifts. I get a lot more detail in my book about it. But typically the planners and thinkers have this. Because you have to rebuke or restore people, the promoters and the supporters that are all about relationships would have a hard time with that. So God knows what he's doing. He gives the right gifts to the right people. But remember, we have between 2 to 5 each. Another guiding gift is shepherding or being a pastor. And they assume personal responsibility for spiritual well-being of a group. They encourage people to serve Christ and others. They challenge people about their spiritual, moral, or ethical behavior. And I find that typically the people that have this gift are the supporters, the promoters, and the thinkers. Another guiding gift is teaching. And we all know what teachers are, and many people can teach. That doesn't mean they have the gift of teaching. They just are able to give people access to new knowledge and skills in a way where they get it. They study and research to learn new truths, more concerned with facts than feelings, but their highest priority is that what they teach sinks into your deep DNA. And we've all had teachers in school and stuff like that, some that we loved, and some that we didn't care for at all. The ones we didn't care for, I guarantee they did not have the gift of teaching. So typically, supporters, planners, and thinkers are the ones that have the gifts. Again, I'll tell you about my book, Rising Higher. You can figure out what your gifts are, and it leads you to your purpose in life. And it's very valuable to know this information. My book, Rising Higher, is available on Amazon. You can just search for me, Erika Larsson, and you'll find it. And I have 3 different books. So I highly recommend that you read it. It's $20. Half of the proceeds go into a nonprofit foundation that helps the needy. Next time, I'm going to talk about the last group of gifts, which is creative gifts. And these are ignored, but they're powerful gifts to have, and many people have them. And without them, without creative gifts, this would be a pretty boring world. So I hope you'll tune in again for the last segment of Spiritual Gifts. Thanks for joining me today.